He's one of the biggest, most enduring stars in Hollywood history. A name synonymous with daring stunts, iconic roles, and a career that simply refuses to slow down. This is the incredible, untold story of the one and only Tom Cruise. Thomas Cruise Mapother was born on July 3, 1962 in Syracuse, New York. His childhood was far from the glamorous world he would later inhabit. Raised primarily by his single mother, the family moved frequently, from city to city, always struggling to make ends meet. On top of this instability, young Tom faced a serious personal battle: severe dyslexia. This learning difficulty made school a constant, almost impossible challenge. He felt like an outcast, always trying to hide his struggles. But then, one day, he stepped onto a stage for the first time in a high school play. In that moment under the lights, everything changed. He found a place where he could express himself, a place where he belonged. That discovery ignited a fire. At just 18, with his mother's blessing, Tom packed his bags and moved to New York City, determined to pursue a career in acting. He worked odd jobs, went to countless auditions, and slowly began to land small parts. His early roles in films like Taps and The Outsiders, alongside other future stars, started to open doors. He had a unique intensity, a charisma that the camera just loved. Then came 1983's Risky Business. That iconic scene, sliding across the floor in his socks and button-down shirt, wasn't just a movie moment. It was a cultural phenomenon. Suddenly, Tom Cruise wasn't just another aspiring actor, he was a rising star. But it was 1986 that would truly define him and launch him into the stratosphere. Top Gun wasn't just a movie. It was a global event. Playing the cocky but brilliant pilot Maverick, Tom Cruise became an international superstar, the face of a generation. The aviator sunglasses, the leather jacket, the high-flying action, it cemented his status as Hollywood's new leading man. But Tom was never content to be just a blockbuster king. He was determined to prove his depth as an actor. Throughout the late 80s and 90s, he took on a series of challenging roles that showcased his incredible range. He held his own opposite Dustin Hoffman in the Oscar-winning Rain Man, delivered the unforgettable "You Can't Handle the Truth" line in A Few Good Men, and showed us the money in Jerry Maguire, a role that earned him an Oscar nomination and critical acclaim. He proved that he wasn't just a pretty face. He was a serious, dedicated actor who could deliver powerful, nuanced performances. He worked with legendary directors like Stanley Kubrick, Oliver Stone, and Martin Scorsese, always pushing himself to grow as an artist. Then, in 1996, a new era began. Mission Impossible didn't just launch one of the most successful action franchises of all time. It established a new identity for Tom Cruise. He wasn't just the star. He was the driving force, a producer who took control of his projects, and most astonishingly, began performing his own jaw-dropping stunts. This wasn't just running from a fake explosion. This was Tom Cruise, the movie star, actually climbing the world's tallest skyscraper, the Burj Khalifa, in Ghost Protocol. It was him, genuinely hanging onto the side of an A-40M cargo plane as it took off in Rogue Nation. It was him, performing a halo jump from 25,000 feet in Fallout. He completely redefined what it meant to be an action star, blurring the line between actor and real-life daredevil, all for the sake of giving the audience the most authentic thrill possible. But he never stopped challenging himself with other genres. Sci-fi hits like Minority Report with Steven Spielberg, the gritty thriller Collateral, where he played a chilling villain, and the clever action loop of Edge of Tomorrow kept him at the absolute top of the industry. He consistently delivered hits, proving his box office reliability for decades. And then, just when you thought he couldn't get any bigger, came the impossible. After more than 30 years, he returned to the role that made him a household name. Top Gun: Maverick wasn't just a sequel. It was a cinematic experience that brought audiences back to theaters in droves. It shattered box office records, earned rave reviews, and became the single biggest hit of his entire career, proving that even after 4 decades, his star power was brighter than ever. Tom Cruise is more than just a superstar. He's a force of nature, a cinematic legend whose dedication to his craft and his audience is unparalleled. He's a performer who constantly pushes the limits of what's possible, a student of film who keeps coming back bigger and better each time. He is, without a doubt, one of the last true movie stars. So I have to ask, what is your all-time favorite Tom Cruise movie? Let us know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this look at a Hollywood icon, don't forget to share and subscribe for more amazing stories. Thanks for watching.